All right, hello everyone and welcome to the Inside Programming C++ 17 and 20 plus live coaching webinar. So goal for today is to share a couple of insights, get you a good feeling of how the program is. So what are the different parts? How does the course look like? And this should answer several questions that I got from you and maybe people who aren't there today. So you can type your questions in the chat for everybody who is here live today. And I prepared a bit of content, as I said, based on questions I received in the past about the program. So you can see we have me on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side you already see the intro page. So this is the page where everything starts, and if you scroll down there, you already hopefully get a good grasp on what the program will deliver and whether this is something that suits you or not. And here now we are at the position that we hopefully say buy now, right? And if you hit the buy now button, you can now see that in my case, since I already enrolled to my old program, which it's rather cool, right? But don't get me wrong, I don't really enjoy listening to my own talks. I think they're great, but I don't like hear myself or see myself talking, so I never actually did complete my own course. Anyways, so this is the interface you receive here. You can see that you can then select your own course. If you have multiples here, they all appear. You can see the overview, which is the same page, the same view that you get when you land on this page without having bought the course yet. So this gives you an overview of the course curriculum, so all the things that are inside. That's basically what the website already lists anyway, so there is nothing I'm trying to hide, at least. If I'm about to start the course itself now, we have this navigation here. You can see this is the course outline, and it contains the several chapters. You're not forced to complete everything. So because I myself like jumping between topics, if I find one more interesting, I go there. So I and the course don't force you to do this in a particular order. This is the order I did it when I taught this class live. And so the order here makes sense to some degree, but you're totally free to do it out of order in any way you want. The first thing you have to do, your first task, is to download the materials zip. So alongside the course, you get a zip file that contains, first of all the source code from the slides and from the exercises, plus potential solutions or possible solutions for all the exercises you will do in this course. So this is your first task, and I'm downloading that one right now. And you can see it here. And if I do unzip that file here, then you can see the contents. So the first thing you see here on the top level is the handout. And if I manage to pull this in here, here we go. You can see this is the PDF handout you're getting. That's the usual material you get for all my classes, whether the self-study ones or the ones you're attending online or in person. There's a brief intro about what things mean in my slides, and an intro about the structure of this materials.zip, and then you're already good to go, and we start with the material here. The PDF is searchable, so whenever you have something that you like to look up in text, then the handout, the PDF, should be the right thing for you. These slides match the the course itself, you might find that I did a couple of typo fixes in the slides, in the handout, that aren't there in the recording because I did that post-processing. The next thing you find in the handout is the code samples folder. In there, you find the most important thing, potentially a CMake file. So I offer you a hopefully easy way to build all the code that you need. And this is with CMake, so that should work with whatever IDE you're using. The entire code, I tested it at least in the past. It runs on Linux, on macOS, and on Windows. So whatever operating system you're using, that should be no issue. The same goes for the IDE. You have a minimum requirement for your compiler since we are obviously going up to C++20. So your compiler should support features from C++20. But other than that, there is no requirement on your environment. You can see in here we have the exercises folder. So there are all the exercise files in there. I usually give you a piece of code that you either should alter, so update to, let's say, C++17, or where you should provide a better or just more implementation. So this is it about the exercises, and I provide solutions to all the exercises. So even if you cannot solve an exercise, maybe it helps peeking in the solution. At least for my live students, I know they do it occasionally. It's your learning, right? So if you want to peek in the solution very early, feel absolutely free to do it. Sometimes you might wonder how my solution looks, so do it as well, even during your process solving it. That's totally fine. It can also very much be that you come up with a totally different solution than I did. For some of the exercises, I try to provide, let's say, asserts that should force you to produce a certain result. Sometimes, hopefully, the exercise description makes it clear what the desired result is. And in between, we know all that, right? We are C++ programmers, so in between there is a lot of room to wiggle, and your solution could totally be different than mine. At any point, should you have questions, especially about the exercises or your solution, feel free to reach out via email to me if you're a subscriber of this course, and I will answer your questions, of course. The specialty for the current offer is that you get the coaching, so 4 30-minute coaching sessions with me in November on top. So you have your chance to not just ask questions via email, but also chat with me live. We will use Zoom for that, but that comes a little later. So this is what you find in the material SIP. I think it's a very important part of the course because this helps you to explore things live and on your own. Going back to the browser itself. So we can mark this thing as completed, for example, and then we get a yay, want to continue. Sorry about the rating. Feel free really to rate this course honestly if you desire to do so, but I personally find that pop up a little early, but this is beyond my control. So I want to continue here because the course is for sure cool and awesome. And this is how it looks like. You can also sign up for this course and get a free preview of 1 or 2 sections here. So it should come without a surprise. This is how the layout usually looks like. You get my slide here and me on a smaller picture, well, moving and talking basically. I think focusing on the slides and what we will have in later sections, especially the code, then is more important than seeing me. So if we jump to another chapter, then you can see here, this is my usual style that you might have seen in the past from other materials. I try to give you explanation about the code that's shown there in writing, and of course I'm talking more about what's written there on the left and on the right while going through this slide. So this is, I think, how the course internally looks. This is one of the questions that I often get. How do we navigate? How do things appear? do I get the handout or any other material? So yeah, you do that, and hopefully it's great for you. Now, since the special offer this time is that you get not only the course itself, but also the 4 times 30 minutes coaching with me. If you book this bundle, then you will receive, after the booking process, a link to one of my booking pages. That one looks more or less like this one here. You get, hold on my schedule, so you can here select the desired date, whatever suits you best for having your coaching with me. You can decide whether you want to start with the 30-minute session or whether you want to double and go for the 1-hour session, so you can combine the 4 30-minute slots to up to 1 hour. And yeah, we will talk about anything that troubles you or you're curious about C++, about the course, things like that. So this is your time, and you can use it with me together. Hopefully, and from the past I can say usually I'm helpful there and can make a contribution to your learning path, essentially. If you should find no time here that suits you, then of course you can always send me an email and ask. If you come from a real far away time zone, let's say Australia, you might not find something that's really suitable for you there. Then, as I said, simply shoot me an email and we will figure out a way to meet whenever it's best for you. So that's my goal, at least here. Yeah, so we have the course, we have the booking for your coaching, which is the special offer. So if you sign up by the end of October, you get this special bundle. If you buy the special bundle, of course, you can also only buy the course itself. Then it's everything you saw so far except for this coaching page. You can additionally book coaching if that's better for you at any time. So you don't have to go for the bundle, but let's be fair, the bundle might be the better price you're getting there than booking things separately, but this is totally up to you. And yeah, once you got that far, then at the end, that doesn't necessarily have to be at the end of November, but it can be you finished with the course, you solved everything, and the next question I often get is, do I get a certificate of completion? And the answer is yes, you do. And this is how it looks like. So you get a link that directs to my website where you can validate your certificate. So all you get from the certificate's point of perspective is just a link, a very long link to be fair. And this then produces this result such that you can share it with others and prove that you really completed this course. And you can also share it on LinkedIn. So with the completion email, you will also get a link that you can edit to your LinkedIn profile, which then also comes in very nice. One thing I wanted to say here, because I personally care a lot about that, is I don't store any of your data regarding the certificate of completion here on my server. What I'm using here is a public-private key encryption system. So this link you're receiving carries all the information. So there's no database on my server that hosts your information. It's only that the server can decrypt the data you're putting in there while validating, and with that it can generate this certificate of completion. So I'm really trying to honor your privacy and store as little data from you as required. And this is my contribution here. So Thinkific, which hosts the course platform, that needs a bit more, but for everything you get later, so carry your certificate around, I try to model it like the real world where you have your paper certificate, and if you want to share with somebody, you do, but it's not stored on my server. All right, so going through my notes, I think I pretty much covered the questions I got up front. So that means it's up to you. Are there any questions you want to post in the chat about the program, about the course content, or yeah, anything around that? All right, so let me double check, but I cannot see any comments so far. So then I hope you had a good time. And this was the overview you're looking for, and you received some information that may have been missing before. Of course, you can feel free to always contact me and ask more questions about the program if this doesn't answer. Maybe this leads to me putting together another webinar like this. I would be happy to welcome you to the course itself and work with you in November or anytime after that if this isn't the right time for you. Yeah, I wish you all the best with C++ and with learning C++, and I hope to work with you somewhere in the future, maybe in the near future. All right. Have a good day wherever you are, in whichever time zone you are, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.